Welcome to School Scene. I'm your host, Naperville 203 Superintendent Dan Bridges. More than 16,500 students grow, learn, and thrive in our 22 schools across Naperville, Bolingbrook, Lisle, and Woodridge. It's our goal to ensure each student receives a first-class education and graduates well prepared for their next phase of life, whatever that may be. In this episode, we're discussing a very important part of the Naperville 203 community, parent volunteer groups. These groups are a vital link between school and home life, but not everyone understands all that goes on within them. I'll visit with members from a variety of groups to give us some insight on the accomplishments, goals, and day-to-day operations of Naperville 203 parent volunteer groups. School Family Community Partnership, or SFCP, is an organization composed of staff and parent volunteers working together at every school to provide activities for students, families, and community members for the purpose of enriching the students' experiences and supporting each school improvement plan. Joining me now is SFCP volunteer Debbie Crossett. Debbie, what is SFCP and what is its main goal?
Well, as you said, SFCP stands for School Family Community Partnerships. It's an educational model that was developed by Joyce Epstein from Johns Hopkins University, and it was first brought to our district in about 1995. Since then, it's been a really strong program in our district, and one of its main goals is for the school, the family, and the communities to all collaborate together.
Collaboration is so important, and there's so many things that SFCP supports. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the activities or programs that SFCP does support in our schools?
Well, SFCP, School Family Community Partnerships, tries to support the school improvement plan in each building. So the school improvement plan usually has academic goals, math goals, reading goals, and sometimes it's a goal to improve the school environment and create a more welcoming environment in the school. So SFCP programs help support the school improvement plan. So some examples of some great programs that schools have done are One Book, One School. That seems to be a really popular one right now, where students in a school read the same book and then they do a whole bunch of activities together related to the book, and it's a lot of fun. It gets kids reading and it really builds a sense of community in the school because they're reading the same book. We have a success program going on in our district right now, and that's a group of parents it's led by a group of parents that are African American, and their main goal is to close the achievement gap, but it's also to help every student reach his or her potential. Over the years, there's been a lot of international nights at schools. That's where parents come in and they bring things from their home country. It usually involves a lot of food, there's music, there's dancing, and it's a really lively night at a building, and it helps kids learn more about other countries and other cultures, and that helps build a sense of community in the schools too. SFCP is a part of Home and School, so some of the programs cross over. Watchdogs has sometimes been a part of SFCP. STEM nights are sometimes SFCP because the STEM, the science, and the technology and the math are very academic areas that help support those school improvement plans too. There are cultural brochures that have been developed that help new families moving into our district from other countries. There's so many.
I was going to say, it sounds like there are so many things that SFCP
so many,
does.
and
it's almost the easier question is, what doesn't SFCP do, right?
But usually they're helping to support academic goals,
right,
but it's always to help the school improvement plan. So those are how that's how we decide on those programs.
Why did you decide to get involved in SFCP? Why are you involved?
Well, I learned about SFCP about 5 years ago when both my daughters were still in elementary school, and when I found out what SFCP does, I loved it, and I loved that it helps support the academic programs, and I liked that every school every year has an improvement plan, and we could design programs that could help with that improvement plan. So one year we did math backpacks, and the kids had an opportunity to bring those math games home and do more math with families at home. And I think it just sent a message to parents that they can be doing math all the time, whether it's on an app, whether it's in the car, whether it's playing games together at home. But you can incorporate that into fun ways.
So why should other individuals, or what would you say to encourage other people in our community to get involved in SFCP?
SFCP is great, and there's so many different kinds of activities that SFCP supports that you could get involved in one activity or you could be involved in all of them. But all your time and talent that you share is always greatly appreciated by the school, and it's always greatly appreciated by the kids, and it really, really enriches their school experience.
Yeah.
So I've found that I've always enjoyed it. I've met a lot of different people in the district because I am involved with SFCP, and that has enriched my experience. So I love it. I think it's a great program.
So with so many things happening with SFCP, this may be a hard question to answer, but what's your most memorable moment or favorite moment as a volunteer for SFCP?
Probably my favorite moments are the international nights. I think I've always loved those, and you go to school and you don't even realize all the different countries that people come from in our community, and it's amazing to see and for people to share their heritage, and everybody's proud of it and everybody's learning from each other, and I've really loved those nights.
That would be memorable. How fun.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Debbie. Up next, I'll talk with a volunteer with our Success program.